I'm here in Medjugorje and I'm with, what's your name?
Conor McCluskey,
And where are you from?
Dungiven.
And for you as well, first time here in Medjugorje?
First time, yeah.
When did you hear first time about Medjugorje and what did you think when you heard about it?
I heard it from like a teacher at the school I used to go to.
Yeah.
And my first reaction was just sort of, why not?
Yeah.
I kind of thought, you know what people are like in Ireland and sort of that brand of Catholicism. Mm-hmm. So, but like going to different places, you do get to see, because everybody has their own small twist on just how they do things, and then that does influence their whole view. And of course the overall message is the same, but then you just get to see, maybe change your mind on how things could maybe be and improve your faith altogether.
Mm-hmm. And you took the decision, you come. I will come, I have a look at it.
Yeah.
And now you're here for a day. How is it now for you to be here?
Warm.
Warm,
Very
it's
warm.
so hot now.
It is exciting getting to explore it though.
Yeah.
Like being able to see sort of a town that's sort of sprouted out because of such a massive event that's happened. It's different, than sort of anywhere, because everywhere else that you go to, it's the thing has happened after the town's been there for maybe 100 years, Well, here, it happened and then the town grew. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing just how big the influence it had on, everywhere is Mary and the branding of the stores and the number of just wee holy shops that there are, it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. And what do you expect here now? You are here?
To be honest, I just want to have a good time, see new things and learn more about the whole story of it. On the bus here we got a good quite a detailed story on it all, but you never know who you meet, like me and you today.
Yeah, like it's amazing.
You never know who you meet and their experiences and how they came about coming and what's happened in their lives. We can prejudge a lot of things just from looks, but you never know what anybody's going through on a day-to-day basis.
Amazing. And you told me you went to a Catholic school in Ireland.
Yeah. So I went to Loretto College, Korean. Mm-hmm. So it's a convent. Mm-hmm. So we still have now. There's no longer any nuns joining, but there's still, I think there's nine or so nuns left. Mm-hmm. Who are still, and they would come in, help with school shows, help with school masses, all that there. So and like the Catholic faith is obviously very important. Like there's the wee chapel, because there is still the convent there, and there's never been in question. Mm-hmm. And it's a very big part of, I think, any student's life there.
And you never doubted? You went to the school, and did they explain the Catholic faith very nice, or how was that experience? Because we don't have that so much anymore in Germany, I would say,
I mean, sort of there's I don't want to say strictness, but they're proud of being a Catholic school. Mm-hmm. And like there are people there who are maybe not Catholics by tradition, shall we say. Maybe they don't, maybe when they're entering they're like, oh, I don't really want to do this, it's just not me. But the school's sort of like, we're not going to force you to get communion or anything, but you will partake in Mass, you will go to Mass, because at the end of the day this is our school tradition. Mm-hmm. And to get your Loretto experience and your sort of the whole pastoral care mm-hmm. of it, it's a very large part. Mm-hmm. And then there's quotes from founder of the Loretto, Mary Ward. There's quotes all over the school, just like every doorway, you just have a wee quote, and just it keeps everything in mind,
Wow. And you are convinced Catholic? You go to confession, for example?
Yeah. I go to Mass, go to confession. It's never been in
a doubt,
question.
no.
It's just life for me, and that's just the way it works.
Yeah. And what would you tell people who are scared to go to confession? Why go to confession?
Because, well, maybe not even just going to confession, but praying altogether. it's just it's taking things off your mind. Like there's all this these days, you know, but you need to meditate on this here. But at the end of the day, what is praying? You're meditating. You're thinking things through before you jump on anything. And then sometimes whenever you're stuck on something, you need to talk it out. You know, you feel guilty or you're a bit nervous about something, and that's when you go to your priest in confession, say, and you talk it through, and you just get it off your chest.
So beautiful how you say. One of the best explanation ever. Honestly, I think this is beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's about a personal relationship. It seems you have that personal relationship with Christ. This talking, sharing your thoughts, your sorrows, pains, challenges.
Yeah, like you have to put this. You have to have faith.
Yeah.
And that things will be okay if you do your bit.
Yeah.
And then your bit is going out doing pilgrimages like this here, going to mass on a Sunday, helping the needy.
Yeah.
Just doing whatever you can, and then if you do those things, I do believe that
then
Jesus or God or the saints will take care of you.
Yes, I see it, and you are happy, joyful.
Yeah.
And you made a personal experience with God. Jesus calls it the renewal, the rebirth in the spirit.
Sort of about 4 years ago. I say 4 years ago that I'll tell you from start, probably about 6 years ago it all started. I got like really bad headaches, and like you would have thought it was just a migraine, but like as they built up, they started lasting like days at a time, weeks at a time, and then it started to be like 2 months, 3 months at a time. I was just having a constant headache. It was making me really sick. Like I couldn't keep anything down. It was really affecting my mood, and sort of through all that there, being out of school, some people would be like, why would this happen? And it wasn't that I'd done anything wrong. There was something. My skull hadn't grown big enough. So my brain was being pushed down. Very much that's what happened. And it was mechanical rather than an illness. But I do believe that. By other people's prayers, the surgery was found how to cure it, and that's why anybody who is saying, don't take medicine, just pray and that your sickness will go away. Well, like prayers were how medicines were found, how surgeons develop things, so you just more having your faith extends to more than just God. Because you have to have faith. You have to have faith in your other humans.
Yes.
To that doctors are always, say always in my mind, doctors are looking out for you, and they will or should do their best anyway. And that's by maybe they don't know it, but somebody's leading them anyway, and I do think it's God.
Beautiful. And what is, we say that when we went to confession, we are in a state of grace, we can go to Holy Communion. What is that for you, the Holy Mass? You said you go on Sunday?
Yeah, I would go on Sunday, or sometimes, especially when I was at school, with the convent being there would be like a Mass on a Wednesday or Thursday morning, and you just go down there. But for me, communion's it's recognition and also your declaration that you are the descendants of the disciples, when you believe in Jesus and want to
receive him.
Want to receive him and keep the mission going, I suppose.
Yeah, truly body, blood, and Christ.
Yes, and like you go to any chapel in any town, city, wherever you want to go, and like the fact that you will go to the same event, and receive the same thing no matter where you go is something quite nice.
Yeah, and
that you never have to be like, I wonder what this is going to be, and is it going to be any different? It won't be, because it's your faith, and at the end of the day, it's all just
beautiful what you say. Wow. Yeah, you can go to Germany chapel, same thing. You know exactly what it is. That's the beauty about our Catholic fest, universal. Medjugorje,
universal. That's
same thing. You went to mass this morning, no?
Yeah, we went to mass this morning. Our bishop that came over with us, he did it up in
Mother's
Village. Yeah. And again, like there was a personal touch to it. Because we were such a small group, and he sort of had a conversation more. But that's what Mass is about, you know. And I do like whenever priests don't just talk it and rehearse the same thing. You know, they have a conversation, they relate.
Really
to,
from
you
the
know, 'cause
heart.
that's a church is a community, and a community should be first and foremost. You know, and that's why, you know, while everything's a structure in the Catholic Church, the parish is the most important part.
Yeah.
You know, and being involved in your parish. You know, and that's why, like, there's something we do in our diocese called the John Paul Award. You know, it's named after the Pope, John Paul II. Yeah. And it's getting people. There's just such a big gap between your confirmation, where you confirm everything, and then say join the priesthood or getting married, or even last rites. You know, some people don't ever get married or join the priesthood. But it's just being able to give back to your community. You know, and sure, there's an award at the end of it, but that's nearly recognition more than, you know, it's getting people to help their parish. You know, go to Mass, collect you know, donations, pick up the rubbish. You know, help clean the graveyard. And there's community. You know, helping your local football club, helping the elderly. You know, with, you know, like Meals on Wheels, where like their dinners maybe brought to them. You know, having a wee chat, because, you know, I like to think, you know, if you were that age, would you like this being done? You know, doing unto others as you would have done to yourself. So, and I think, yeah, you know, if I was an elderly person and you know, maybe my partner had died, you know, and I'm in the house alone, you know, maybe having a chat 3 times a week with somebody it's just good. You know, because of course when you get older, like, you lose your mobility, and maybe their only outing is going to the shop or going to Mass, you know, and that's grand. You know, you still need human contact, you know. So
It's inspiring.
It's a very important thing.
Yeah. Just these little things we all can do. We can inspire now people. They were listening. Maybe they can do something in their community, in their parish, like you said, cleaning the graveyard.
I do think it has to be individually led. You know, while people can go and encourage people like I'm doing, you know, I do think that there has to be a bit of, you have to lead it yourself, nearly, because there's no point being dragged by the ear to Mass, because at the end of the day, when you grow up, you know, you're not going to actually have any faith. It's just going to be out of habit.
Yeah.
You go. So by having experiences of doing things like this here when you are young, and maybe, you know, like I'm 19, you know, so really I'm only starting to come into faith as an individual, you know, and so having experiences like this here can help grow how you are as an individual and in your faith, you know, rounding yourself out.
Yeah. Wow. What? It's so inspiring to listen to.
Thank you.
And wow. What can I say? This is just amazing. And you said you pray the Rosary, for example, when you go when you have exams.
Around exam time, I would maybe, you know, you're in the car and you're getting nervous, or you're standing outside the exam hall. You know, now you maybe won't get it finished, but, you know, say praying, doing a few prayers, meditation, really. You know, just getting exams in your head, and you don't have your books there anymore, and you're like, there's nothing I can do. So, you know, having a wee bit of support is always good. So I would pray a decade of the Rosary anyway, and then, you know, maybe to St. Joseph of Cupertino. You know, he's the patron saint of exams. You know, so gotta do a wee prayer. My mum would be a big believer in him. You know, so I would always give him a wee call.
And your parents both authentically Catholic?
Yeah. My dad, both my parents are teachers. My dad's a primary school teacher. He did our RE as his subject. My mum's a business studies teacher, but she would teach in a secondary school, and she would teach RE to like the younger age groups. So, you know, it's always been there, and, you know, you go to my grandparents' house, you know, and there's, you know, maybe a picture of Jesus, and I think everybody, so in my family, they have their saint. You know, like I go to my aunt and uncle's house, they're big followers of Padre Pio, you know, so they would have like pictures of him up in the house, yeah. So, and then I probably from my mum, I probably went with St. Joseph you know. But you know, I would encourage anybody to sort of find their saint really, you know, and live by that, you know. And then like Loretto, the school I went to, it has its own Saint Michael the Archangel. It's a long story, but basically the school in York, because there's Loretto schools all around the world. Back in the rule of, it was either Elizabeth I or Henry VIII, it was being attacked, and they prayed that, you know, the school would be saved, and there was a painting of St. Michael over the door, and it was told like the morning after that flame arose and there was a bright light, and it's believed to be St. Michael the Archangel. So all around schools have either a portrait or a statue of St. Michael in their receptions or somewhere in the school.
Wow, amazing. And for you, you said it's Saint Joseph?
St. Joseph Cupertino, so he's the patron saint of exams. So no, he would be sort of taking it from my mum. You know, I would pray to him a lot because I'm never done with exams, being at university now. So there's always some test up or some assignment. So just having a bit of support behind you can go a long way.
A role model as well, no?
Yeah, role model. Role model, and you know, he wasn't, maybe he said it himself, he wasn't the smartest person, but he had great faith, and he got on okay in life. So I do believe that as long as you have faith, you know, and my mum always says what's for you will never go past you. So maybe if something you really want to do, but you know, you fail an exam and you can't do it, you know, it maybe wasn't for you, and something else will come up, and that is what you're destined to do and enjoy.
Exactly. So nice what you say. You prayed the rosary when you were a child with your parents at home? You prayed the rosary at home with your parents?
Yeah. So whenever, especially around like Lent and stuff, we would always, you know, pray the rosary as a family. Then we were like children, you know, we as a family would have prayed, but then whenever you grow up and you're maybe not all going to bed at one time and you're not being tucked in at night by your mum, you know, you just, it becomes an individual experience. But no, definitely my parents were late in the beginning of my faith anyway.
Wow. And you never went away, no? Because your parents authentically lived it, I guess, no?
No, I never went away, because like they led, but as I said, they never poked me by the ear. You know, they believed in it themselves, and they taught me, and they showed me that, you know, this is the right way to go, and this is why, you know. So it was never in question, just because it was
beautiful.
You know, I can't. There's no reason why I never questioned it. I just didn't.
And that it's because your parents lived it authentically, joyfully, and could explain you the reason why they do the things.
Yeah, they led by example.
They led by example. I think that's the lesson. That's what we can also get all of us out of this interview. Lead by example. We don't have to pull the ear, like you said. No, by example, by joy, by peace.
Yes. And just being a good person at the end of the day. You know, nobody likes. No, everybody wants a good word on themselves. Yeah. You know, and praise, but to get praise, you have to do the thing first. You can't get praise before.
Amen. Yeah. What can I say? Thank you for that beautiful interview.
Thank you.